How many of you in this room have ever made an NCAA March Madness bracket or placed a bet on a game of sports with any of your friends? Just a show of hands. Pretty much almost everybody. Unfortunately, on a larger scale, this is illegal in 46 states in America, except for Nevada, Oregon, Montana, and Delaware. In the 2004 NCAA National Basketball Semifinal played between Duke University and the University of Connecticut, Connecticut won by a score of 79-78. It wasn't the score that made such a difference, but a 38-foot three-point shot as the buzzer sounded. To the average fan watching, this was just a lucky shot that meant nothing. But to the betting fan, it was a huge deal. The point spread, which is the amount that the favorite team is given to win by, was 3.5 or 2.5. With that shot, Duke did not cover the spread. I'll show you that shot.
Plenty of time past the half court. Remember, no timeout, so you can't get it up the half court to start your play. So they'll have to go the length of the floor even on a made shot. Reddick starts to walk toward midcourt. He makes this one all good.
With that shot being made, and approximately $100 million being bet on March Madness each year, and $2.5 billion wagered online according to the FBI, the Duhan shot transferred anywhere from $30 million to $100 million from those who bet on UConn to cover the point spread to those who bet on Duke to cover, as estimated by those closely tied to the sporting gambling business, said Darren Ravel in an article in 2004 on ESPN. That number is just a preview of how much sports betting goes on in America illegally. If sports betting became legal in every state, sports betting would become less criminalized, become a good source of revenue for the economy, and create jobs, and it wouldn't change the integrity of the game. But in order for that to happen, it must become regulated and legalized nationally. Sports betting is now often run illegally out in the open among gamblers looking to win out on sporting bets. They use things such as offshore betting sites or bookies who run out of a local bar or something. In 2011, Nevada sportsbooks accounted for $140.7 million, but that's only 1% of the total estimated $380 billion wagered illegally, untaxed, and unregulated to the offshore operations by placing wagers on sporting bets. These bets are placed today to personal bookies at stadium seats on one's smartphone or even on their computer. With an amount of money such as $380 billion being wagered annually, shows that money is being placed on these games, but only 1% is legal and going towards the economy. Las Vegas is viewed as the ideal place to bet on sports. Roderick D. Wright, the state senator of California, is proposing a bill for which sports betting in California would be regulated by the Department of Justice and operated by the Gaming Control Commission. He said, "This process gives bettors assurance that they are on a fair playing field, with the Department of Justice looking over and bringing in millions, in the long run billions, that would have otherwise gone to those engaged in criminal activity." A solution to this problem of crime receiving the money that would be bet would go to state funding, and the United States government legalizes sports betting in all 50 states. Raymond J. Lesniak, the state senator of New Jersey, states that Club Cal Neva, a Las Vegas-based analyst of trends in gaming, estimated that legal sports wagering in New Jersey would generate as much as $1.3 billion in gross revenues and $120 million in tax revenues for New Jersey, along with thousands of new jobs for New Jersey residents. Unfortunately, organizations such as the MLB, NBA, NHL, NFL, and NCAA are against this because they believe it will harm the integrity of the game. They believe correctly that legalizing sports gambling in more states would cause an already sizable industry, estimated at $380 billion, to swell and leave contests susceptible to corruption. Contrary to this belief, the contests in these leagues have already been touched somewhat by the sports gambling world. You could go to any newspaper or website that features sports, and you could find a spread or betting line for any game being played that day or in the future. Just goes to show that people have already have sports betting on their mind, even though it's illegal. Interest in games would rise up if sports betting was legal in America, causing funds and revenue to be higher for all sports leagues and interest to be at an all-time high. In a Sports Illustrated article, court filings show that these leagues, if they want to protest sports gambling, would have to show documents that show how much money was earned over fantasy football, March Madness, or just any time betting. Sports being constantly betting on occurs all across the nation, no matter what people say. Gambling insider Jimmy Vaccaro, who now works as a spokesperson for William Hill North America, a company that sets the betting lines for 150 sports books in the nation, said, "No matter how bad the economy is, I've always said that two things stay steady: pizza sales and sports betting." Wagers are placed on sporting contests almost daily, even though only 4 states legalize them. This past NFL season, 2 games stand out distinctly in terms of the betting world. In the Monday Night Football contest between the Packers and Seahawks, as little as $500 million and as much as $1 billion were transferred in that game. And that money went to offshore gambling communities or bookmakers that are not regulated. If that number is any indication of how many people bet on sports, it's a crime that sports betting is still illegal.